everybody, and welcome to PSL Week 1. We have a very exciting match about to take place. We are here with Courageous Boomers versus Deep Sea International. As we're getting ready here, let's just go ahead and go through the teams real fast. Starting off with Deep Sea International, we have the captain, Vince, C53, Tangy, Minaya, and Rosa. And on the side of Courageous Boomers, Solid Squid, we have Tiger Cat, Deve, Liquid Frost, and Zephyr. The maps for this week are Ship-Shaped Cargo, Inkblot Art Academy, Humpback Pump Track, Robo Ramen, and Urchin Underpass. Very, very exciting maps. Indeed. Just gonna go ahead and stall for a little bit as we wait for the teams themselves to ready up. I'm currently by myself today. So, I never get to use this, so let's go ahead and, while we wait, head on over to our intermission screen. We'll go ahead and wait here while we wait for people to pile in, and more importantly, for the teams themselves to pile in. Gonna be a very exciting match here happening today. How's everyone doing in chat? Hope you're all having a good time. Hope everyone is enjoying the end of Splatfest as it just about rolls around the corner here. Personally speaking, I was on Team Speed, and I do not think we have this whatsoever. I did not do very well on Team Speed. And I kept on seeing a lot of Tactics wins, so I do think Tactics probably have this. I do wonder if potentially this could have an impact. Maybe nothing like serious, but a small little like bonus thing in Raiders could potentially show up. And this, while we go ahead and wait for the teams to be ready, we can go ahead and view this dialogue. And by that I meant I thought there'd be a lot more. I thought there'd be a lot more dialogue than that for the end of the Splatfest. I forgot how short they typically are. I'll go ahead and check on our teams. So far, nothing from either of them, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll go ahead and continue checking. Just give it a quick refresh. I currently see some of the team members online, so hopefully this means we'll be starting soon. In the meantime, I hope you guys like our my intermission screen. Took took a bit of learning Adobe Premiere for it, but I think it turned out nice. I guess while we wait, we can run over the maps once again. And by that I mean apparently forget to turn off the the transition there. Okay, it looks like the room is up. We'll be joining in just a second. Once I get the code from the teams. Then we can finally get on with our way. Looks like we are attempting to join here, and there we go. We are now in. Looks like all the players of Deep Sea International are here and ready. Let's go ahead and just hang out in the lobby with them. Hitting the lean here on the stairs. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Surprised to see Vince not rocking the Splooshomatic here, and looks like we finally have the members of Courageous Boomers showing up, which means I can go ahead and turn on this stuff. I hear more. There, we have two. That's three. Are we gonna get our fourth? And that is four. Okay, looks like everyone's all here, which means we can begin on Splat Zone's ship-shaped cargo. I meant to do this earlier, but I definitely did not. So we're just gonna head and okay. There we go. I have done it. Everyone's readying up as we enter into our first match. Let's see how this is gonna go. Currently, I don't know how long on the timer because I'm covering it up with my with the scorecards over there. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get those ready. We have 3 members ready up. So far, none of DSI is readied up. And that is now all of Courageous Boomers ready and raring to go. Just waiting here on Deep Sea International. Oh. Oh. So that's how that works, huh? Okay, here we go. Ship-shaped cargo. Some of these weapons I expected. By some of these, I mean one. And here we go into the match on the side of, it's floating. I will fix that in a second, but on the side of DSI, we have a Forged, we have a Splash Shot Pro, Frozen, Splat Roller, Hydra, and Sploosh-O-Matic. And on the side of Courageous Boomers, we have, Nautilus Gold, that is a Dreadringer Aerospray and Inzap, and currently Courageous Boomers holds the lead here. Missiles incoming. Let's go ahead and see if, ooh, that looks like zone contention at least. We're fighting back and forth here. Here comes Vince with the sploosh, and the hammer takes it. Ooh, the splashdown, but it is unfortunately caught on the top part there. And that is a lead swap there in favor of DSI. Let's go ahead and see if DSI can continue to hold the lead here. As we just go ahead and fix this real fast. Swapping these two around. Ooh, that is a disconnect, but it is past the point to where they have to play out the game, I believe. That is very, very unfortunate on the side of Courageous Boomers as DSI take the lead once again. Take control of the zone. 2 of them are down at the moment currently. And they have a penalty to work through, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue with the DC, unfortunately. Let's just go ahead and see if they can push through this. Somebody's trying to make a play here. Unfortunately, it looks like they're about to go down. They go. Ooh, they live! They live enough to get a special, at least. And that is only 17 seconds left on the timer here. Ooh, triple splash down to try to take some space. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough, unfortunately. That's a wipeout. 3, 2, 1. That is 1.2 DSI. Very, very unfortunate on the disconnect there on the side of Courageous Boomers, but let's see if they can go ahead and keep not let that affect them too much as we head into Inkblot art zones. Inkblot, what is it called? Inkblot Art Academy Tower Control. There we go. I know this game. We're giving the teams a second to coordinate here to try to give some recuperation from that disconnect. As we try to ready up for tower control. Gonna go ahead and there we go, switching the map over. Let's go ahead and get my presenter's outfit. There we go. Only the most stylish of presenter outfits for here at the PSL. We have 8 people in the lobby, so let's go way ahead for the teams to confirm that everything is currently correct. Looks like everything's locked in as we'll be heading to tower control. Looks like all of Courageous Boomers are ready. They're not letting they are not letting that disconnect hold them back. Two members of DSI are also ready. Let's see if... Very curious. We saw Vince bring the sploosh, which might be the only sploosh we see in all of PSL. We saw Vince bring the sploosh to that first match. Let's see if they continue that. And I'm guessing only a little bit on the timer. Yep, only a couple more seconds. There we go. Let's go ahead and hop into it. Oh, unfortunately, the sploosh did get dropped. Okay. On the side of, on the side of DSI, we have the Forge Splash Shot Pro, the Splat Roll, the Hydra Splatling, and the Splatter Shot. And on the side of Courageous Boomers, we have the Mini Splatling, the Luga Dualies, the Aerospray, I believe that is, yes, that is the Glamours, and the Inzap here. Currently, that is DSI holding tower right now. Another Booyah Bomb to the tower, as well as a Bubbler that looks like they're trying to make fast work of that checkpoint. As that is currently past checkpoint 1 and all the way past 60, it looks like. Only the mini Splatling is alive right now. Ooh, able to find somebody with the hammer. Throws it far. Is it? That's a good push, and it looks like it's not over yet for DSI. They're still pushing. That's at 59 right now. Booyah Bomb and Trizuka able to come out. Another Booyah Bomb. They do have 2 weapons currently with Booyah Bomb, I suppose. They do have that Hydra and the Forge. Another Booyah Bomb comes out on the side of Greatest Boomers. This looks like the Booyah Bomb match of the century. Tower's being hotly contested over. Another Booyah Bomb, I can hear it coming out. And another one is ready on the side of DSI. This has been a clean push whatsoever. They can probably pop that Booyah, but it doesn't look like they're going to need to. 2, 1. That's DSI. Once again. I have to know the stats and know how many Booyah Bombs to drop that match. That felt like a lot. Well, with a very fast tower control, that means we can get faster. We can get over to everyone's favorite map in the entire game. Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker. Let's go ahead and see if they are able, if Greatest Boomers is able to find any momentum here on this stage. I will admit this stage feels like it's the most, we won't say luck-based, but vibes-based of all the maps here in PSL. Again, Greatest Boomers locking it in almost immediately here. They are ready. No one wants to be wasting any time right now. Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought it was. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happens here on Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker. Let's see if anything is getting changed up here. Okay, the sploosh comes back out. Yeah, so the sploosh comes back out as on the side of DSI. How did we get colors changes? I thought I had color lock on. On the side of DSI, we have, the Wellstring, the Rainmaker currently, but I believe that is, yeah, the Splat Roller, the Inzap, and the Sploosh-O-Matic, and on the side of Greatest Boomers, that is, oh, I'm blanking on the name, but oh my gosh, amazing push right now of the Rainmaker all the way to 26. And they're not done yet. Looks like they're going to carry it. There's another fast Rainmaker. Looks like it might be. Oh my gosh, Vince is trying to climb that tower. Unable to. But they are just jumping all the way back in. Almost, ooh, does die to the Reef Slider there from Zephyr. Rainmaker push all the way to 2 on the first push is insane. It looks like they're not done yet. Somebody snuck in from behind somehow. That's very, very impressive. And it looks like they're going to try to get the Rainmaker out through the back entrance. What they don't know is that Vince is right there. Ooh, Vince is unable to secure the kill, though. If they can get past this choke, that's going to be checkpoint. And that's check. There, and just like that, they have points on the board. Though DSI has the Rainmaker once again. They're gonna try to push it. That's 3 down on the sides of Courageous Boomers. And is Vince gonna grab it? It looks like nobody's gonna grab it. Tangy goes ahead and grabs it. Ooh, but that's Rainmaker down again. Currently just situated mid as we're about to hit the halfway point of the match. Very, very dominant lead on the side of DSI. They are going to need a knockout. Courageous Boomers are in order to get the win here. But nothing's impossible, especially on Humpback Pump Track. That is a double hammer. They're crisscrossing the hammers. You do not cross the hammers here. And that is game for DSI. And yeah, that very that was actually a pretty long game back and forth there, but DSI does manage to clinch it out at the end as we're heading into map 4, Robo Ramen Clam Blitz. Map with a lot of verticality, I'd say the most in Splatoon 3 here. Just go ahead and downloading all the colors, because apparently I don't have color lock on. Definitely thought I did. Sorry about that, folks. I definitely apologize there. Let's see if DSI is able to close out the set, or if Courageous Boomers are gonna be able to get some points here. As we're just waiting for everyone to ready up. Just waiting on one, and then we'll go ahead and into the game. That's everyone. Let's go ahead and start. Let's see what colors we have. And on the side of DSI, looks like mostly the same comp, but looks like we brought a heavy edit Splatling here. And on the side of Courageous Boomers, Mini Splatling, Tri-Slosher Nouveau, Aerospray, and N-Parry Dualies. Now, of course, with it being Flame Blitz, one of the main things you ought to keep an eye on is apparently that Reef Slider as it goes ahead and claims a couple victims right there. Flame Economy is favoring Courageous Boomers as they now have a football in their possession. Looks like they're gonna head and try farming for a Reef Slider. Ooh, but not able to find any victims, unfortunately, and that's a wipeout on Courageous Boomers. Ooh, Clam Economy almost have a football. Football, but then immediately dropped on the side of... And there's the jump back. There is a football in the hands of that splat roller right there. They have the bubbler, if need be. But they're going to go down as well. So far, no score either way, and it's been a minute into the set. This is Slam Blitz after all. The air spray does have another football. That's the second one made. Throwing some fizzy bombs out here to try to gain space, and there comes the roller. They're sharking. Ooh, and that is aura farming on the roller. They set up the bubble right on flat. Ooh, unfortunately not able to get that shark. Drinks out on the side of Greatest Boomers. 2 minutes in and no score either side. Looks like Greatest Boomers does have their pity football. That's a hammer coming out. And the hammer's going to go ahead and take care of that Splatter Shot Pro. Ooh, the roll from behind, and the roller almost getting flattened by that reef slider. The football's going ahead and back up on the side of Greatest Boomers there. Football made. That is a double. They're trying for the triple. And finally, almost 3 minutes in, a football has been thrown into the side of Greatest Boomers. 56 points currently, 53 points. Let's see if they're going to be able to get another push. That we're down to 50 now. Oh, but the push isn't stopping. Tiger Cat with the hammer there. Go ahead and try to get DSI out of their base. And that's the end of the push with 38. Very, very good push. Drinks coming out on this side of Greatest Boomers. Trying to now just to reclaim some space here, as so much of the map is painted in DSI's color. That's 2 down on the side of Greatest Boomers. Football is ready, and so are Tenta Missiles, and they go ahead and get launched. Drinks out. I'm sure DSI's itching for that knockout here. But they can just play safe if they need to. Greatest Boomers, though, are not being able to seem to find any ground here. And they need to if they want to get this, want to at least take this even to overtime. Aw, I appreciate the attempt. That's, ooh, that's a wipeout. They need clams. They have clams. That is the football in. Football has made it in. Another football is coming. Oh no, that's a wipeout. All the way down to 54. That's an excellent push, but that looks like that's going to be the end of the game. That's another point to DSI. There's one more game left in this set, and for it we are returning to the first ever Splatoon map, Urchin Underpass Splat Zones. On the dawn of a new entry in the Splatoon franchise, it feels fitting to go back not only to the first map, but to the first competitive mode ever introduced into the series. Let's see how our opponents are able to clench it out here on Game 5. Everyone's ready. They're itching for a fight. Greatest Boomers are gonna try to take at least a point here on this set. All of Greatest Boomers are ready. Is DSI. $50 seconds remaining on that timer. 50 seconds to choose what weapons they're going to bring in to try to clinch this final game. One player left. It all comes down to this. One last reef slider for the road. Let's do this. Game 5. With the Splatoon 2 color sets, it looks like same-ish comp on the side of DSI, now just with the new mini Splatling there. And same comp on Greatest Boomers. Both teams are decided in what they're going to use here, and let's see if it pays out for them. Currently, control of the zone is in Greatest Boomers' side, but that's 3 down, immediately going to DSI. And that is a lead swap right there. Tendon Missiles try to find more than one opponent. They're able to. They're right there at the last second. Ooh, that is a zone swap. They're going to be able to push that down. That momentum, it looks like. Hammer is ready, as well as Drinks on the side of Greatest Boomers. Zone swap once again. Triple Splashdown and Hammer. That's going to be a lead swap. That's going to be zone swap. DSI takes it back again, though, almost immediately. Zone is being hotly contested right now. You realize we have a mini versus a mini going on here. As DSI have almost pushed it all the way down to 50. Looks like there's a bit of a fight happening here in mid. As the zone's gonna go ahead and be flipped over to Greatest Boomers. That's 2 down on the side of DSI, 3 down on the side of DSI. That's a wipeout, as that is penalty. It completely pushed through. Greatest Boomers is building some momentum right here, right now. Looks like they're gonna easily get it down to 60 without any contention. Reef Slider is ready to pop here on this Aerospray as the missiles come out. Gonna try their best not to go into the zone. Ooh, great Reef Slider play as 2 of them are down. 3 of them are down. So that is a lead swap. The Aerospray staying alive. I cannot believe this Aerospray is staying alive at the moment. That zone is being contested once again, but it goes back into the side of Greatest Boomers. 13 seconds left on the timer. That DSI takes the zone, putting the penalty. There comes the Reef Slider. Swapping it back once again. Missiles as the Aerospray comes out. Greatest Boomers in the lead right now. Looks like they're determined to take this last game here. Aerospray goes down to the roller. Still 2 minutes left in the game. DSI can make this comeback, but they're going to have to work for it. Ooh, but goes down to the Reef Slider there. Aerospray is now aura farming, excuse me. DSI has almost pushed through the penalty, but Greatest Boomer says no. Hammer gets thrown into a tree. I don't think there are any enemies hiding in there, per se. DSI is almost through the penalty. They're running through that timer. They're gonna try for the lead swap. Greatest Boomers is being pushed back so hard right now. 23. Hammer. They're gonna need to go now. They're gonna need to go now to take this zone, and that's a lead swap! But that's zone contested, and it goes back into the side of DSI. 3, 2, 1. Zone swap once again in the last minute of the game. Greatest Boomers needs to hold on to this zone basically the entire time right now, as the team is just, as all of DSI is just jumping right there. Reef Slider is able to find 2. Hammer. They're pushing through that penalty pretty fast. 10 seconds left on the penalty. This is gonna come down to the wire. Zone contested, they push through the penalty. 5, 4. No, the zone swaps once again. Oh my god. What a set. 10 seconds left on the clock. DSI is holding it currently. I don't know if the Greatest Boomers are going to be able to find a foothold. And they're not. That's going to be it. Game goes to DSI, but that was very, very close. You heard that in my voice. That was one hell of a game. And that is the set with DSI 5, Courageous Boomers 0, but these scores do not reflect the ability of play we saw here on this set tonight. That last game had me on the edge of my seat. I was gripping my controller harder than I probably should have. Very, very thrilling things all around. I want to give a big thank you to DSI and Courageous Boomers for letting me host their match tonight. My name is 8. This has been the Proton Splat League Week 1, and I will see y'all around.